It's from Russia, it's regulated, and it's got dual-sided forward cycling. Coming up. AEAC is made possible by Air Venturi, Hawk Optics, Diana Airguns, FX Airguns, Daystate, Air Arms, Sports Match Rings UK, H&N Sport, Aztec Optics, and JSB Predator Pellets. And you guys know the best way to thank them. Alright guys, the Edgun Matador R5M comes to us from Russia. It's available in either 17722 or 25. It comes in either this standard version or a long, with the long version having a 323cc tube and our standard version here having a 250cc tube. Now our standard is just 27.5 inches long. By itself it weighs 7.3 pounds. As you see it here, to include a scope and mounts, it weighs in at 9.2. It's available in either walnut, synthetic, or laminate. It ships with 2 9-shot magazines, a fill probe, and a Foster Quick Connect. Here in the States, it comes with a 1-year warranty, and you can pick one up from Edgun West for about $1,875. Now the Matador is regulated, so when you fill its 250cc reservoir to the recommended 250 bar of its 300 bar max, you're going to get about 55 good shots on that regulator before power begins to fall off at around 105 bar. And by good, I mean with an extreme spread of 16 and a standard deviation of just 3.3 feet per second. Now if you want to fill it up to 300 bar, you can. And if you do, you're gonna get about 75 good usable shots. Now power comes in at a punchy 45 foot-pounds of energy, which it accomplishes by pushing a 25.39 grain pellet to an average of about 890 feet per second across that string or those strings, with that round holding on to about 37 foot-pounds of energy, 25 yards downrange. Now the pup also takes advantage of a shrouded, baffled, and airstripped Lothar Walther match grade barrel, a digital pressure gauge by Metalux Switzerland, which Edgun calls its EDMS, or Edgun Digital Measuring System, a Weaver scope rail, magazine storage, a special Russian-sourced aircraft grade of aluminum that's insanely rigid and robust, a magazine indexing selector switch which tells the magazine to either rotate when you cycle the action or not, dual-sided forward cycling, a removable cheek piece, a deluxe rubber butt pad, and a dual stage match grade fully adjustable trigger with dual-sided manual safety. So, does this pup shoot as good as it looks? The Edgun surprised me. It's powerful, accurate, quiet, refined, and it's unusually robust. And all that's in addition to its dual-sided forward cycling, an attribute that all by itself makes this gun worthy of ownership. The R5M standard is compact, well-balanced, and is properly narrow, but its heft may turn some away. Load-up is straightforward and with practice becomes easy. And the R5M cycling is flawlessly fast. But what makes it so great in the field also makes it tough to shoot well from the bag. Powerful and compact are not your friends in the moment when it comes to bench work. And it took me a few hours of practice to get proficient with it in this way. So be patient with yourself when you're learning this gun. Its barrel and mechanism are absolutely true. If you're new to AEAC, pellet speed is tracked with Doppler radar, from the muzzle all the way on down to the target in set increments. This allows you guys to calculate ballistic coefficient, as well as leaving and arriving energy levels. The little box to the left of that is wind speed taken at the target, and measured in miles per hour. Today they're 3 to 5 and from my right to left. Cycling the Matador is pleasant. Going back is moderately weighted, and going forward is extra clicky, with a big old dose of tactile feedback, which I'm sure you can hear in the audio. In the hands it feels slick and bumpy, and is never a hindrance. And the throw is wonderfully short. It all works together to let you know that you've got your hands around a nice piece. Refilling the Matador's 250cc reservoir goes like this. Rotate the dust cover to expose the fill port. Insert the included fill probe. And slowly fill to no more than the recommended 250 bar. Speaking of discovery, I want to talk about the pressure gauge in this gun, and I'm going to show it to you. Here it is. Can you see it? No, of course you can't see it. All right, but if I push this little button, you're going to see it. There it is, 232 bar, okay? That gauge is actually manufactured by Metalux Industries, I believe they're called. If you know that name, you probably know them from BMW and Audi. Okay, those auto manufacturers use Metalux sensors in their automobiles. Metalux is out of Switzerland. They use some kind of aluminum oxide ceramic sensor that's supposed to be like insanely accurate. And I do have to say, this gauge matched the gauge on my SCBA tank that I got from AOA, my 100 cubic foot SCBA tank, perfectly. And it is the only gauge in all of my years with that tank that has matched the pressure readout on that big dial perfectly. And so I'm inclined to believe that these are extraordinarily accurate gauges. Okay, I don't care for it. And Brian, Ed, I'm sorry, you know, guys, I appreciate you sending me the gun and you're trusting me to relay the info and carry the mail, but you know, it also comes with the job, to be honest, right? And I think for the normal user, this is going to be fantastic. But for a guy or gal who's trying to film, it's a pain in the hiney and it slows me down, because it times out after 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. When you're done, bleed the air between your fill source and the gun, remove the probe, and return the dust cover. That's all there is to it. The RDW in the title of this video stands for Review, Discuss, Win. What that means to you is that one of you guys is going to win the actual Edgun that you see here. It's a simple number-based lottery. It'll be held over at the Airgun Nation Forum, and the odds of winning are very good. Also going to the winner is the Optison 4-16 by 44 PI EVE scope. At about $350 retail, it's one of the industry's very best values. And for the holidays, it's on special for less than $300. At that price, there's 3 places I know of you can find them: Utah Airguns, Southern Precision Air Weapons, and Trinier Outdoors. And if you call them, tell them I said hi. The EVE line uses the same glass as the more expensive EVX. And the EVX's glass performs above its price point. So in a sub $300 scope, you're getting $500 glass. Keeping the price down are the low-profile, toolless hunter-style turrets. Clicks were positive and accurate, but you gotta remove the caps to get to them. AO tracking is dead on, and that's unusual in a lot of price points. The eye relief is generous, and the reticle is extra sharp. Put it all together with smooth operating dials and a lightweight quality construction, and you've got a value-priced winner. Further winnings come from Sports Match Rings UK, JSB Predator pellets, and H&N Sport pellets. All in all, it's a holiday package to be envious of. The Matador's trigger was fantastic right out of the box and broke at a clean and predictable 2 pounds. The first stage take-up was clean and light and came up against a nice sharp stop. And with just a little bit more pressure, off it went. Now, the owner's manual does give you instructions on how to adjust the trigger, and I shot my 50-yard groups at the OEM 2-pound setting. But I found it easier when stretching things out to 100 yards to adjust that trigger down to about 1.5 pounds. 1 pound, 7 ounces. For the backstory on the Matador and for my day-to-day learning leading up to the making of each and every one of these videos, you can follow AEAC on Instagram. Keyword search, Hooked on Air. There you'll find loads of pictures, to include some tech notes. Post-video, I always release a giant photo pack on Facebook that'll have some final thoughts and tons of close-ups. For the review schedule on what's here and inbound and more, you can follow me on my website, aeaconline.com. And every full review here on AEAC Home also gets a discovery and approach video on my second YouTube channel, AEAC Vlog. It all works together quite nicely to get all your questions answered on the product. And to the 16,780 of you who do follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and to the 1,000 of you who hit me up on my website every month, let me just say thanks. I notice, and so do our industry partners. The Matador's offset and ventilated stripper does a very good job at gulping up the 45 foot-pounds that this teeny thing is putting out. Well, that's all for today, guys. And special thanks to Edgun West for getting the Matador R5M into my hands to review for you. You guys know the best way to thank them for that one. Now from here, y'all want to head on over to the Airgun Nation Forum so that you can participate in the discussion threads and the giveaway on the Matador, the Optisign EVE scope, the sports match mounts, and more. I'll leave you links on how to get there in the description down below. So with that, I'm Steve Shalley. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck, everyone.